Good evening from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Tuesday, August 3rd market update. On the economic front, the monthly motor vehicle sales for July came in at 8.9 million annual rate, up from 8.4 million in June. But they cited that incentives will probably make it sound better than it really will be on the bottom line. Monthly personal income was worse than expected, coming in flat at 0%. Estimate was for it to be up 0.1%. Consumer spending was also flat at 0%. Estimate was for it to be up 0.1%. Monthly pending home sales were down 2.6% in June to 75.7, and year over year the index is now down 18.6%. So we're still struggling with pending home sales. And on deck for tomorrow are the monthly ADP employment report and the weekly EIA petroleum status report. Had some great earnings today out of Priceline. You might want to check PCLN on a possible a dip buy. The dollar and copper were down today. Gold, silver, and oil were all up for the fourth day in a row for gold, silver, and oil. And so now we're looking at the dollar. Not much change here. We've still got this bullish divergence going on down here. We're still around this area of congestion, and we'll see if it's actually slowed down. We're still in the channel down, so there's really no change as far as this trend goes. Over to the West Texas point and figure chart for West Texas Intermediate crude. You know, we had this quadruple top breakout here. We have this new price objective for $95 a barrel. That'll be fun at the gas pump. And for on oil, and so a big breakout like this, of course they're still buying today. Let's take a look at the Dow. Dow closed down 38 points to 10,636. S&P closed down 5 points to 1,120. Nasdaq closed down 12 points to 2283, and the Russell closed down 6 points to 655. The Dow held at the best, down 0.3%. The Russell was the weakest again today. Of course, Russell was up yesterday, but it was up the least amount. It was the weakest today, down 0.94%. So the risk trade struggled for the last couple of days. Volume across the indices were about 30% below average. I noticed on the diamonds, the DIA volume today on the DIA was down 50%. It was pretty incredible. That's pretty awful. So so we're looking here. We've got this bearish divergence going on, which again can last for a while. We are in this wedge. I don't know how much more we can go up before we start at least pull back to here. We'll see. But I can't tell by this divergences or no time frame to them. S&P looks the same. Everything's in this wedge looking pattern. Also have your divergence here as we go up. The MACD continues to go down. I still think we might get up here maybe to even barely take this out, suck everybody still in before they pull back here. But I don't know. We'll see up here around this 1,130 to 1,135. Quick look at the Nasdaq. Similar here. You got your divergence going on, and we're still up here struggling we haven't taken out this high yet. Take a look at gold. So gold's still hanging out. It's got some trend line resistance here. It's still doing okay, and I'd probably wait till there's been no volume. Until I get some good volume breaking out here, I'm not probably real excited about jumping back in gold yet. Silver up against the downtrend line resistance, but it's had some good volume. Copper took a little rest today. Pulled back a little bit, didn't quite fill the gap, but it actually looks fine. And the VIX is still in this bigger falling wedge, and then in this tinier little pattern, this little channel. Still holding up, doesn't want to give up this trend line here where it's been touching and bouncing. So we'll see how that goes over here the next few days. What if FXE still in this uptrend, still in the channel, no change there. Still have this bearish divergence. Let's go over and take a look at the McClellan oscillator. And this is the NYSE. McClellan. So we're now at 42. So we've moved back. We backed off from the overbought. We're still in the overbought territory, but we're not really quite overbought. But we're not quite to the neutral area down in here either. So, so I'm kind of indifferent on, we kind of go either way here. Over to the sectors. 6 of the 16 sectors we follow finished in the green today. The drug index had the larger percent gain, up 1.06%. Home construction index was the weakest, down 3.79%. Over to chart watch. I'm sure the market's probably going to wait for the non-farm payrolls out Friday. I would be surprised if we have any big moves up prior to that, as far as on, unless they're just intraday. So TRS, nice breakout here. Something you might want to check out. Big volume, and of course that was on earnings. China Automotive broke out of this triangle on big volume. It's pulled back. It did bounce off the downtrend line around this 19. Another one you might want to keep on your radar. Also been watching, China Agritech still looks fine. And oh, there is a 200-day above it too. I want to mention that. So, well, get it up here. Yeah, right up here at about 1547, you got the 200-day. So be mindful of that. This one as well broke out. It's hard to see. Broke out here with volume, and down, and it's still trying to hold here. It does. It's another one that has a 200-day up here, so I don't have it on my chart right now, but believe me, it's up there. So we'll check that out before you just jump in. XOP tried to break out higher today. It did make a higher high than here. Got some good volume. So this is the oil trust, the oil and gas exploration, which of course did pretty well today. Pete Coffee making a new 52-week high. Had on earnings, good volume. So watch for a breakout here. Maybe if we get some weakness in the market, maybe we get a chance to buy it here and before it breaks out. CCI, Crown Castle, big breakout actually yesterday, and then a doji, very neutral day today. Had good volume. Another one you might want to add to your watch list. Spirit Aerosystems, another big breakout on earnings on an ascending triangle. Looks good here, and you could probably buy it here and just bail out here. Depends on what kind, if you're going to invest in it, trade it, how you're going to do your trade. But Archer Daniels Midland had good earnings, had good volume. It is at a resistance level, touched here, here, and here in a very kind of a bigger type triangle. So again, I would add it though to your watch list and possibly get it on a dip. Massey Energy, we've been watching this, didn't go anywhere today, but still looks fine. A lot of these didn't do much today, but still look fine. FWLT, ATPG, actually a little higher today. Whoops, Hess looking pretty good today. PBR went a little higher today. Vail held up just fine. Williams held up just fine. Lincoln pulled back to the downtrend line. Gonna wait and see what it does there. Probably buy it over today's high. Fifth Third Bank still held up fine. FFIV still looks fine. Cree still looks fine. CRM still hanging tough up there. VMware still looks fine. E-Trade still looks fine. Walter hanging tough, still looks fine. CLF still holding on to that trend line. WLL still looks fine. Digital Realty is trying to hold the trend line as support. Total still looks fine. Celgene still looks fine. SLB, whoops. Come on. SLB still looks fine. All these, Conoco, everything we looked at yesterday pretty much there. NYSE, wanted to try to go higher. And still looks fine though. BEXP, another one, chart looks fine here. RF looks fine as long as it holds around that support level 750 or so. FCX still looks fine, and Apple still hanging on. All right, so over to the current market signals. There's no change here. We're still on buys, and we haven't moved enough to change anything. So that is it for today, and thanks for watching.